Welcome back to episode 12 of the Christmas Cup, where today we continue on with the last fixtures in the group stage. Today moving on to Group D. And we start off with massive news. As last episode, Liverpool Football Club were eliminated. You can see them on the top of the table here. Nottingham Forest took their place. And now in Group D, Manchester City, as you can see, are already eliminated going into the final day of fixtures. This is absolutely massive, with two English giants out of the cup already. Who will join them and who will advance? Let's get into the first match. We start off today's games with Arsenal at home to PSG. Both of these teams most likely will advance unless Inter Miami beat Manchester City in our next match. So they could play out an easy draw. A draw would be enough for both of them to advance, but I'm sure both teams want to finish top of the group. So let's have a look how this one pans out in what was the group of death. Arsenal on the ball early here. Most likely both of these teams are going to advance. The question is who will finish top? And also, whoever loses this will be watching Manchester City hoping that Inter Miami don't pull off an upset, because that would mean their elimination. Ruiz, overlapping run here, Vitinha. Something tells me this is a match we're going to see later on in the tournament. Who will win this first matchup at least? And what would probably be the favourites to be in the final. Dembele on the ball. Ousmane Dembele chips it over to Kvaratskhelia. Numbers in the middle for PSG here. Ruiz. Vitinha still going. Dembele. Oh, and the shot blocked and cleared by Saliba. Arsenal under the pump early on this one. Odegaard. Oh, and it's been won there by Dembele. The PSG press proving pivotal. What a save from Raya though. Wow. He stuck out the hand, and a strong wrist from David Raya keeps this scoreline level. Vitinha. Kvaratskhelia down the line to Ruiz. He cuts inside. Oh, it through to Dembele. Chance. 1-0 PSG. And I've got to say it's been coming. This has been one of the most one-sided matches so far in this tournament. Arsenal haven't had a sniff. And PSG already look to book their place into the next round, confirming it by beating Arsenal here today. 1-0 as it stands. Will that change? Over to you, Gunners. Rice on the ball. Calafiori. Now, this is the furthest up the pitch Arsenal have been in the entire match so far. I kid you not. So, it's been all PSG, and still, they're not really getting past the halfway circle. Zubimendi goes to Trossard. Rice. Now, this is the furthest up the pitch they've been. Halftime here, PSG 1-0 up, and they've been cruising so far. While Arsenal most likely will still advance, they've not put on a great showing, and I don't think many teams are going to be scared of them if they continue like this. Over to Neves. Can he have a shot? No, they're just keeping the ball. They're just sucking the life out of Arsenal here. Oh, it's beautiful play from Paris. It's Ousmane Dembele. Can he get a shot off? No, he finds Neves. Instead, falls to Fabio Ruiz. Oh, and the shot, and it is Ruiz now. And it's officially 2-0 PSG. The dominance continues. Maybe Arsenal are throwing this one, but I wouldn't be, because if Inter Miami beat Man City in the next fixture, Arsenal will exit the tournament. They need to buck up their ideas if they're going to change it themselves. PSG on fire. It is Ruiz who smashed it home for 2-0, and Arsenal have been, well, beaten. And there it is, the final whistle. 2-0 to PSG. Arsenal have been beaten comfortably here at home. Embarrassed, you might say, but they most likely will advance unless what happens in the next match is very interesting. So let's get over to that one. Now into the final match of this group, where PSG have gone through comfortably. 3 wins from 3. Arsenal currently sitting on 4 points, which means if Inter Miami can win this game, they will advance ahead of Arsenal. It all goes down to the last match, like it has in every group so far. Let's get into it as Inter Miami hosts Manchester City. Manchester City start us off, and they are a team who are already eliminated. Will they even try in this game and maybe want to get Arsenal eliminated with them? Or are they going to come out angry and embarrassed Inter Miami? Doku on the ball. Manchester City having all possession, as they will for the majority of this one, I expect. Inter Miami have played all right, but they haven't got a win. And that's the hard part about today. A draw isn't enough. They need to go and beat Manchester City. Lovely header down the line. Jeremy Doku now. Chips it into Haaland, but it's been claimed by the goalkeeper. Still out wide here. Luis Suarez on the ball. Turns his man into Lionel Messi, but it's been won by Gvardiol and cleared. Back to Jeremy Doku. Manchester City have had the ball for a considerable period of time here in a row. It's into Bob and Haaland, who's blazed it over the crossbar. And it remains 0-0 in Miami. What can he create? Still 0-0 as we look to go into the halftime break. It's hit him in the face there. City still on the ball. That's into Haaland, but it will go out for a goal kick. And that will take us into the halftime break. It remains 0-0, which will have Arsenal fans on the edge of their seat, because just one goal for Inter Miami will cause big shifts in this group. Luis Suarez gets us started for the second half. Messi on the ball. Inter Miami have it all to do. Manchester City are already out. Rodri. Reinders. Into Doku. This might be the chance. Jeremy Doku, what a save. But Haaland's there. And Haaland punches a stake into the heart of Inter Miami. This will most likely eliminate them and save the blushes of Arsenal, who will be celebrating this goal more than Pep Guardiola is right now. While it was Jeremy Doku who made the chance, he cut in. Great save, to be fair, but it fell only as far as Erling Haaland, and you know what happens next. Haaland scores 1-0 to Manchester City. Inter Miami have put up a great fight, but they just aren't able to score, unfortunately. The transition between midfield and attack is way too difficult for them, and no goals in the tournament looks like how it's going to end. Alba down the line. Now, Jordi Alba in the box. Cuts it back to Lionel Messi. Oh, it was a chance for Messi. Just have a shot, maybe. 67 minutes, it remains 1-0. Doku. Aït-Nouri into the box. Ryan Aït-Nouri for Manchester City. Cuts back. Reinders. Rodri! Wow, he gave that a hit. 8 minutes remaining. Inter Miami need 2 goals. It's looking unlikely as they haven't even scored in the tournament so far. But you never know. 1 minute of additional time here. It's been a good performance from Inter Miami in this tournament. They just couldn't score any goals. They put in a great shift, though, in the group of death. And the 2 teams you're looking at now are the 2 teams eliminated as the referee blows his final whistle. Arsenal and PSG advance. For you guys, be sure to come back tomorrow for the next episode of the Christmas Cup.